Sorry, Mike, I muted you by accident.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Mike O'Sullivan, co-CEO of One South Coast Chamber, and we are very happy this morning to have twins that cook. I'd like to first thank our sponsor, Thank Five, who sponsors our small business series, and we're very grateful for them. And without them, we wouldn't be able to offer such dynamic speakers and in such a great format. So hailing from New Bedford, Mass, and now Brooklyn, New York, transplants for almost 7 years, Aria and Maya started a baking business that is becoming bigger than they are. From the Today Show to Access Hollywood, Aria and Maya never thought making a food Instagram for fun would lead to a life-changing career. It came into fruition during the 2020 pandemic, when it was impossible to get groceries and Amazon was low on stock. All that was in the fridge was Chinese takeout, butter, and eggs. The cabinet luckily had the other needed ingredients that became the catalyst to a future endeavor we never saw coming. In this dark tunnel, we could see a sliver of light. How do we make ourselves and others happy? This epiphany turned into Twins That Cook, a quarantine creation sprinkled with love. Eating isn't just a way of survival, but it's an experience, a true conversation piece. People turn to food when they're happy, sad, grieving, excited. It's always there for us. It makes us feel like we aren't alone. It makes us feel better. That warm feeling of biting into something, it's comfort, it's relief, it's home. And home is where the heart is. And it's there where you find love. So ladies and gentlemen, Aria and Maya.
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna cry. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Aria and Michael. Maya, before you start, I was wondering, just so that people will know, if they have questions, please put them into the chat, and we will get to all of those questions at the end.
Yes.
So, and obviously, when you go to view, go to speaker view, because these two beautiful ladies need to be front and center on your screen.
Oh, I've never had a compliment this early in the morning. Ever. Thank you. I'm like just opening my eyes. It's amazing. I have to wake up this early more often. I know. The compliment. Thank you for having us. We're so happy to be here and share a story with you and everybody else who is here watching. Yes. So thank you. Yeah, we're excited. Yes. Thank you. I don't know if they can hear us.
We can hear you.
Okay. Hold on. Let's. Okay, here we are. Hi. Okay, we're back. Sorry, a little glitch.
So ladies, if you want to just tell us a little bit about how you started selling on Instagram and built your e-commerce business.
Yes, absolutely. So we started when we realized that people were interested in our brand in the first place. We decided to get our products going and make a website and just really have people able to order our stuff online and get it to them across the country, instead of just having our business be New York based, which it was at first, because this was before we even built our website. So we just sat down together, built a plan, decided that we definitely wanted this to become a complete functioning and operating business. And here we are, sending our stuff to everybody now across the country, which is amazing, including in New Bedford, which have been the most amazing supporters for us. So yeah, it's been a journey, and we're still here doing it, and it's amazing. It's definitely rewarding for us. So yeah. How did you get your original fundraising? Oh, that's a great question.
So yeah, original fundraising. Maya and I, when we started this company, completely funded it ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We funded it during the pandemic, which was the worst time, but with our savings, and with any business, you have to put in more money than you make at the beginning.
Right.
So yeah, we totally sat down, made a plan and said, okay, we're going to put X amount into this business,
Mhm.
and this is going to cover all costs, including ingredients, including a test kitchen so we can make the product, including ordering bags and including pop-ups that we want to do, etc. So to be completely frank with you guys, the fundraising, all of the money
Everything
was
yeah.
completely ours that we put into it.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was through putting ourselves out there and through, the talk shows and the interviews and the pop-ups that we started really seeing income, and of course having it online as well. But yeah, you don't have no real fundraising.
No, and that's also teaching us more about business as well, because we this is new for us. Like we've been business owners before, but for other things. So the fact that this is our first food field of a business that we've created, we're learning so much along the way. And one of them is definitely like, keeping things in the books and having organization with your financing, things that we have to teach ourselves, because we're doing this all, from the ground up by ourselves. So it's definitely been teaching us a lot along the way. So,
and I think it's so important, like during this time where we have millennials and Gen Z and everyone's just starting a company by themselves from the ground up, via like social media. There's 17-year-olds who have makeup lines and clothing lines who just completely start from scratch in their bedrooms. Times are different. So of course having fundraising and backing behind you is amazing. If you can get it.
we're not saying we don't want it.
Right, but if you can get it, make sure you get it.
Absolutely.
If that's offered to you, grab it. But I think what's so powerful today,
Mhm.
during this time, especially post-pandemic, or still in the pandemic rather, is everyone's just kind of doing everything themselves, starting with like $10. And you don't
beautiful
have to have
thing-
millions of dollars behind
Right,
you.
you don't. And I mean, I think that we're all blessed, speaking of our generation, especially, we're all blessed for social media. The fact that there's like a platform that you can start, like we did. We literally started this, like through text. But when it came into fruition, it was social media. Like that is the best way to really get your business booming, because there are so many people out there who want to follow your journey, so they can say, like we were there from the beginning. And it's very rewarding to have people who support you a part of your success story. So,
and we also have seen some questions come
and those will be answered at the end, I'm sure. So, but yeah, it's definitely been helping us. Facebook, Twitter, just, and of course, word of mouth advertising as well. But when you can't 100% depend on that, social media has been like, just our savior in these times, in this pandemic, since we can't really, or we couldn't do so many things because of the pandemic. We were inside.
Right.
So, circling back to social media has definitely helped us with our business as well.
I'm going to synthesize some of the questions that are in here and kind of
Sure.
talk about your marketing strategy.
Okay.
Awesome.
There are a lot of businesses that have attempted to go online,
Right.
but they haven't quite figured out how you get seen, how you build from I've got 8 friends who are looking at my stuff to I'm now running a business. Now, that obviously took a brand strategy. So what was your brand strategy in making that happen?
That is true.
The first part is have a twin.
If you don't have a twin, get one. Find a twin.
Find a twin.
It makes everything that much easier and better.
They don't even have to look like you.
And you don't have to say anything. You could just like look into the camera and you automatically. I would definitely say consistency is key. And I think that's in any field and anywhere in the world.
Absolutely.
The more consistent you are, the easier it gets, the more attention you get, especially with social media, and have like an aesthetic. I think that's important too. Also know the demographic, the market, who you want to reach, who is your audience. I think starting from that makes so much sense, and everyone else just kind of catches on, but just really know who your target audience is. For us, okay, we're making sweets, we're making cookies. Our audience obviously isn't people with diabetes. Like, we're not just like, okay, that's the person we want to sell our cookies.
Exactly.
we're thinking, okay, we have cool names. Some of the names of our cookies are names of
music,
songs or
right.
from Drake or all of these artists. Okay, we're not targeting, like a year-old woman who only listens to country, who doesn't get, it's just like, I mean, we could be.
We want
but,
you.
But you understand more if we have these cool, exciting, fun names and it's the name of a song that's on the radio currently, or people who love sweets, of course, young people, old people, the range is, we don't discriminate, but we just kind of
Audience
knew
is
our
key.
audience at first.
Right.
Online social media. We're like, okay, we're going to target millennials, we're going to target Gen Z, we're going to target artists and all these people because our stuff is funky and it's cool and it's exciting and fresh, and then through that everybody else jumps on. When we won Mario Lopez, we felt that would be great for us because like a lot of people who are working from home are watching that at 2 or 3
Right.
p.m.
Mhm.
So then they jump on and it just kind of is a domino effect after. But I know I'm blah 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 blah. But know your audience.
But real
know
quick,
your audience and consistency.
And going back to what you said about aesthetic, especially with food,
Yeah.
you're falling in love with the photographs before you even try our products. So what we have to do is we have to make it visually stunning. We have to make, and not saying it's just like a cop out. It actually tastes delicious.
Yeah.
But we do want to have your eyes fall in love
Sure.
with what we're giving you before you try it. So
Absolutely.
aesthetic, definitely, whether it's bright colors, whether it's us, in a photograph being silly, or we want to bring our personality to life through our photographs, even though they're stills, you know what I mean? So,
And that's another thing I'll touch up on before we get to the next question, your personality. I think anytime you have a product or with anything you're selling, you want to be personal.
absolutely.
To the people, they want to feel like they know you. They want to feel like they have a sense of you in the product, in the packaging. So that's another thing as well. Consistency, personal,
And aesthetic.
yeah, aesthetic, and also just like being yourself, just
Yes.
being super authentic.
Yes.
I think people aren't as dumb as you think they are.
They're not.
And the audience can really see if you're genuine.
Yes, absolutely.
It's funny. I was going to get to that exact point, making that it seems to me that those who are successful, as you guys have been, you're successful because there's some authenticity to it.
Absolutely.
That people actually will connect to you and connect to your product because of that authenticity. And I think where some go awry is they may not be able to project that as well.
Right. Absolutely. And we've seen that. We've seen that with so many. It's funny because we're teaching ourselves as we're growing because we live in Brooklyn. So there are restaurants, there are bake shops, there are everything on every single block. And our favorite one, we've always looked up to, like, oh, they're running a business, they're doing that. Now that we're in the same position, it's crazy that we're learning certain things like, oh, okay, so this is why they're doing this. And this is why they're putting these posters on the outside of the door, because they're trying to grab people in with their eyes and everything before they can even walk into the shop. So like we're learning as we're walking even around the city, and we're teaching ourselves. So it's very important for business owners to do that.
Sure. And
keep an eye out.
with keeping consistency and doing all of these things that we named, it's also about knowing your strengths.
Yes.
If you aren't good at the visual, if you aren't good at being personal because you're shy, like tap in, have time with yourself, tap into yourself and say, okay, what am I really good at? That's gonna still help my business be successful. That's still reach the masses. Like, what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses?
What are
it's
the
important
weaknesses?
to know that too, so you can work on them, try to get better, or then to hire someone who has strength in that department. That's when you build your team, and you don't feel like the weight is totally on your shoulders and you have the potential to fail. If you continuously tell yourself, I don't have strength in this department, always hire someone who can, even if it's someone who could do it for free at first, if you're starting out. There's so many ways to build a team and to have a successful business with the resources around you.
Absolutely. And we have all the resources, the internet, like just so many things.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And that's another thing that that I feel like business owners should be more aware of is don't be afraid or don't let your ego get in the way when it comes to help. A lot of people want to build on their own. And that's why a lot of businesses can fail, because they want to do everything on their own. And yeah, I think it's key to definitely ask for help, whether it's online or, you know, your neighbor. Somebody is always there to give you resources and help you.
You know, I'm always fascinated by businesses that have been able to grow through social media, because obviously you have to build that base, and that takes some time. When you build that base, is it something that takes posting daily, posting twice daily, how do you kind of go about that process of building the base without having them run away from you?
That's a great question.
Cell phones.
Yeah,
We have our business on the go.
that's a great question, because when we just started posting on Instagram, we noticed when we weren't consistent, we lost followers.
did.
And when we weren't consistent, the engagement went down.
Right.
But there's also a fine line between being too engaging as well.
Right.
Because then it becomes annoying.
Over
So
excessive.
you don't want to post 4 times a day. You
Right.
don't want to post. I don't think it's good to
I
post
agree.
every single day, all throughout the day. You know, when you follow those people, and then you're just like, oh, here they go
Another
again.
one,
And you
another
don't even
one.
care what they have to say at a certain point, because it's too much, you know? Like when we go back to the personal thing, imagine someone's talking to you every single second throughout the entire
Like
day
this.
in person. You
You
just like
can't
go
go
away.
away.
You know, you don't do that in person. Don't do it online.
Right.
It's about balance.
It's balance.
You know,
Totally.
and yeah, like we definitely, it took a while to get into our rhythm for sure. But again, we found our
You
strengths
learn.
and weaknesses. We saw what worked for us, what people liked.
And we're still
Um,
seeing that.
Yeah, and then we just were like, okay, this is working. Let's go with that.
Mhm.
You know, let's just go with that formula. That's our formula. Everyone's has their own, I guess. But
Yeah, but we
works for
try
us.
to keep it still tasteful, and whether it's, you know, a new product that we're premiering, whether it's doing a seminar, or whether it's on you know, the TV with Mario Lopez, we feel like we need to post when we want our audience engaged with something that we're bringing to them, or just bringing, or, you know, it's something exciting for us.
yeah, we want it to be exciting, something important when we post, you know, like make
Right.
sure like we have something that we're saying as well,
Right.
you know.
Right. That
Well,
involves.
and it seems as though that when it comes to small business, whether it's a small brick and mortar business or whether it's a small online business, when it comes to small business, it's amazing the degree to which people are actually making a purchase based on their impressions of the person, not necessarily the product.
Yeah.
So you really seem to be your best asset in delivering the product.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Aria and I are very social. We definitely are social butterflies. So we like to, that it goes back to packaging. The reason our packaging is so just like fun and everything is because it's us. So we like to bring that to people. We like to instantly see your emotions when we give something to you, like a cookie in person, and the smile comes. And I think it's definitely key to be personal like that when you're giving something of you or your company to someone else.
And I think we've also started to see past just the cookie, the physical cookie, the material item being the
Absolutely,
brand,
right.
and we became the brand.
Right.
I think like in having this business, it's going past like, okay, cookies, you know, it's going to merch. It's going to collabs. It's going to endorsements. It's going into selling ourselves, you know, like
it's amazing. It's become a gateway.
And then
It feels like a gateway opportunity now to all these other beautiful things that are coming to us.
and that's when it becomes bigger than you know, when it goes past the thing you're selling, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it's one of the things that it's impossible to be in business without. This is my only negative question, by the way. It's almost impossible to be in business without somewhere along the way running into a dissatisfied customer.
Oh yeah.
Now, businesses that start on social media can get slaughtered on social media too.
Absolutely.
So how do you handle that issue if you've ever had a dissatisfied customer? You may not have had one.
Well, not only are we perfect, but our items are perfect.
We've never had
So we've never had anyone.
literally.
Yeah, and it's never gonna happen.
No.
No, but
we've been fortunate to not have a dissatisfied customer, at least that we know of yet. But what we like to do, if you know there's an item or an order that could be going out a little later than expected, what we like to do is make sure our customer service is A1.
Sure.
And we always send emails. We always you know, if something is running late, we like to send, you know, an extra item on us, just so we know customer, they know that they're being taken care of and we are giving them our best intentions. So we like to do that. We also like, this is very important, state on your website. State on your website whether, you know, your volume is high.
Yes.
So they know to expect things could be delayed. That's very important. State on your website ingredients, state everything so you can avoid all of these problems that a customer can or may bring to you in the future. That's very important. And that's something that we definitely do. So we don't run into these problems.
Well, and that makes a world of sense. And it sounds like if you know that there's a challenge, that you try to head it off at the pass, which is something that's a big part of that hands-on quality of running a business as well. Do you ever do anything on your social media where you highlight one of your customers?
Yes.
We have in the past, you know, a lot of times our customers take videos or pictures or do, you know, TikTok or Instagram videos when they get their packaging or their cookies or putting the icing on their cookies. And some of them send, you know, us messages or they post it.
Sweet.
Yeah. So we make sure we repost it, or, you know, I think if you go down our page, we have a video of, you know, a customer doing the icing and eating it, and you know,
we like them to be a part of it, but because they are. And we also, for birthdays on our site, if you enter your birthday, your address and everything, we send you gifts on your birthday, whether you buy or have bought stuff from us in the past.
Right.
We just like everyone to feel special. So that's a gift on us.
March 25th, by the way, just thought I'd let you know.
You know what? They're already on the way, so you're okay.
That idea. Our mom gave us the idea to do the birthday thing. So
right.
Shout out to mom.
Hi, Mom. We know you're there somewhere.
Shout out to Mom. She's there. She's there. When give us a sense, if you could, of what your product line looks like.
Ooh.
Okay.
So fun.
Very.
Where are we gonna start? Let's start with the OG.
Is that okay? Can we name each cookie? There's only like 8.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay. Start with the OG, which is you know, the very first cookie we created, the OG, and it's a dark chocolate, a brown butter dark chocolate sea salt cookie. And you know, we call it the OG because it's
the original.
The original
gangsta.
Yeah.
It's a gangsta cookie.
It's a gangsta cookie.
We just are reminded of the mafia.
I mean, you
like
think of
Goodfellas. Like, it's the original gangsta.
And
it's the Corleone of cookies.
Yeah. And it's the OG. It's a chocolate chunk, chocolate chip cookie, you know, and that's the original cookie. I feel like that's like when you think of, you know, grandma in the kitchen baking cookies or whatever, you think of childhood, you just always think of a chocolate chip cookie with a glass of milk. So that one is probably one of, I think they're all in their own way top sellers, if that makes sense. But the OG is definitely, I think, the most popular.
Right.
Because, you know, it's no allergies, no anything. You just get to the point. Then we have the party, which is a brown butter based sugar cookie.
They're all
brown butter based, by the way. That's one thing
that gives it the nutty, beautiful color. Flavor.
Yeah, that's what we specialize in. Our cookies are all brown butter based. Yeah, the sugar cookie, the party cookie.
That's the fun one.
That's the fun one. We have the champagne poppy, which is definitely a top seller. It's the elite cookie. It's
a cookie for the fabulous, which is everyone watching.
Yes. And it's a lemon poppy seed cookie with a lemon champagne icing and 24 karat gold on top.
Oh, I'm going to open my Cristal and there you go.
It's delicious.
It's Cristal. The Cristal, I love it.
It's delicious.
Yes.
They just make you so happy eating them.
Yes. And, then we have the lavender gray cookie, which is a lavender Earl Grey cookie with a Madagascar vanilla bean icing. And it's amazing.
Pour it up.
The pour it up cookie. Oh, I love how the website.
Oh, that's cute. It's a brown butter. It's a brown butter spice cookie.
Yes.
Delicious with a bourbon icing topped with pecans.
Incredible.
And serving out of sugar.
Yes.
Yeah. Our brownies, which is a classic chewy fudgy brownie. It's the recipe that we've had since we were 15 years old. So,
and then we have, last but not least, the espresso yourself. And it's a dark chocolate espresso cookie topped with espresso beans and espresso sea salt.
But I'm sorry, we lied. That's not last but not least. Our newest one.
Oh my God, there's another one.
Our peanuts and cracker jacks.
Yes.
It's our newest one. It's a peanut butter and popcorn cookie.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Topped with homemade Cracker Jacks.
Yeah, so we get the popcorn, we make our caramel, we add the peanut butter,
Oh, it's
and
so good.
it's perfect. We were inspired by baseball,
Yeah.
you know, Red Sox, peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care,
Yankees.
right? I don't care if I ever come back. So,
Yes.
but we're very excited about our product line, and we still constantly have new ideas that are, you know, just being created that we're definitely going to bring soon.
Yeah, we have some fall cookies.
Yeah,
coming
but
in
for
like a week.
right. So for the most part, this is our products for now. We've gotten nothing but great reviews. Oh,
We lost you there for a second.
sorry. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. We're back.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. So we're just really excited about our products and the feedback that we've been getting. They're all delicious. We have something for everyone. That's a great thing. And the best part about all of this is because we're always thinking of ideas, we are working on a new vegan line that hopefully we can
Yes.
drop by mid-fall, early winter. So
Mhm.
we're really excited about that. Vegans, we did not forget
We
you.
hear you, vegan.
We hear you, and we have been hearing you. We wanted to make it right, just like it took us, you know, over a year to develop this. It's a whole new product line.
Yes.
So we want to do it right, and we want to give you the very best. of
We don't
everything. So
understand still how you don't eat butter and eggs, but we're still gonna do this for you.
steak is so good.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
How about obviously increasing popularity or gluten-free options?
Absolutely,
Mhm.
all of that, gluten-free, vegan. Just we want everyone to be our
Yeah,
customer,
yeah.
from 2-year-olds who like sweets or 3-year-olds who like sweets to 75, 80-year-olds who are just, you know, like everybody likes happiness and everybody likes sweets. So
Everyone likes
why not
sweets.
give it to everybody? You know, so
That's fantastic.
yeah.
How big have you been able to grow your team?
Ooh, well, we have a few, it's Maya, me, and then we have a few bakers, who are in the test kitchens for when we have orders, large orders,
Mhm.
just to take the pressure off of us a little
Right.
bit of, you know, of course, when we started, it was just us. We did everything. From running the website, the packaging, the baking,
Emails, just everything was
And
us.
now, you know, as you grow, it feels so good to be able to have a team of people who believe in you, to take the stress off of you.
And who
to-
you trust.
It's who you trust, and to be there when you're like, I need a day off.
I just need a day
Can
off.
you guys bake and mail these out today? Okay, great. To kind of prep for the pop-ups, we have some wholesale orders. We're doing, the holidays are here, and we've had an insane amount of orders. People are prepping for Thanksgiving already, and yeah, so we definitely
Our team is definitely growing, and it's
yeah,
going to keep
small
growing.
but mighty.
Small but mighty, and that's the thing. If you have a smaller team, make sure the people you have are warriors. Make sure they're powerful.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So that is what matters, because you can have 20 people does not mean you have a strong team. And
Yeah.
we've seen it all the time. Everyone in the world has seen that happen.
We have a team
You-
of 6
You've
total.
been to restaurants that are busy and you're like, why is my food not here? Why is
True.
when their staff is 40 people, it does not matter. But you can have a team of 6, and if they're strong and powerful and determined, you're golden. Yeah. So
Well, and
we're
it's
very
possible to grow your way out of quality control too.
absolutely. Thank you.
Absolutely. You said it.
I'm getting
Rick,
that
there's another good question there.
Yes.
Mike, what you got?
We have another
Hey,
very
Mike.
good question. If there was a New Bedford cookie, what would it be?
I don't know, something probably with like chorizo
And
or like
linguiça.
linguiça.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
probably not a scallop cookie, right?
got an idea, guys. So you know, like beef jerky, how you can caramelize it so it's like sweet on the
Sweet.
outside, like you would with like candied bacon. We could do
Yeah.
make the
Linguiça.
linguiça really thin, like strips, you know, like kind of
Yeah.
shave it and then candy it, and then it can go on top of a cookie, like on top, like like you know, pieces of. Okay, we just got an idea.
Okay, it's called New Beige.
What if,
Call it New Beige.
now, what would you call a Fall River cookie? And what would it be?
my God. I mean, I'm gonna be
Eh,
no, we're not. Okay.
Forget about it. No, I'm kidding. The
Fall
Fall
River would probably be like, I don't know.
it kind of has a chicness, like the river. So we think of water, we think of blue, we think of. We'll get back to
I'm gonna be
you.
honest, I think of a bridge.
We think of like a bridge.
Or
Yeah.
Peter Pan.
That's okay. We are one South Coast chamber, so we'll call it a South Coast cookie anyway.
Oh, okay. The
South Coast
Coast
cookie.
The
That's
Southie.
The South.
So
Gonna be
as you
food
look
in a cookie.
as you look at your team growing, and obviously you want to increase the amount of dollars coming in and the amount that you're able to pay everybody and yourselves. As you go through that process, have you created a plan for what next year looks like, the year after looks like, so that you're kind of following a roadmap?
Okay, that's a good question.
That's a
but
great
one
question.
thing I can speak on is that I've realized more so, especially during the pandemic and up till now, is to have plans, not plan. And
Right.
our online business was our plan D. Our plan A
Right.
was a restaurant. Our
Right.
plan B was a food truck that goes around New
Right.
York. Our plan C was, traveling to different cities and doing pop-ups like we're on a tour. Our plan D was to just have the website.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Now
So,
our
like,
D is A.
now our
Yeah.
D is A, and it's been amazing. But that's one thing I realized is to not just have a plan, have multiple plans, because as we've seen with the way the world is, anything can change
It's so
overnight.
unpredictable.
And you don't want to be left kind of with nothing,
Right.
and feeling uninspired and feel like you've been defeated.
Right.
I think in a way,
Multiple plans.
multiple plans away. And you know how people say always have a plan B, but I think you should have up to a plan D.
Have plan A through Z.
Yeah.
Only because you'll never be disappointed, because you always have something.
And then it just preps you to plan for, like now we know how to run a website perfectly.
Mhm.
And to do, so when we go to plan A, it's like, okay, plan B is already taken care of.
Mhm.
The hard part's taken care, and yeah, I definitely think having multiple plans. We have planned for the future in 4 different ways. But yeah, we pretty much mapped it out. We know what it looks like. We know what we're able to do. We have goals in mind. And yeah,
I think just touching back on this real quick about planning, I think one thing that Aria and I have also realized is, like, maybe right now the best thing is to plan, even if it's starting your week out. Like, okay, it's Sunday. What is our Monday through Friday looking like?
Yeah.
Because lately everything in our lives have become so unpredictable, where
Oh my God.
we don't even know what we're doing next month besides the things that we've already booked.
yeah.
But like next month could be completely full by tomorrow. As long as we know, like, okay, Monday through Friday, we have this planned. So by the next following week, we feel like we completely succeeded at everything that needed to be done for this week. So if you don't even know what you're going to plan for next year or whatever, a good place to start is just start with a week, start with 7 days, and then
Right.
build from there.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
It's funny you talk about plan A, B, C, and D. One of the things I think the pandemic taught us is you've got to be able to be flexible enough to pivot.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
if you can't pivot,
Mhm.
you're actually you run the potential of losing your market because you don't know how to get it.
Absolutely.
This is,
And then you get
yes.
disappointed, and
Right.
again, you feel defeated. And with being defeated and feeling defeated can come all kinds of things like depression. And, you can really fall down
Yeah.
a dark hole.
It's money and invest involved. Like,
Yeah, like-
this is what people, this can really break somebody if they're not putting all of their energy into something that they're investing themselves in. Like, you do know what I mean? That
Yes.
can be really troubling. So you really have to just sit with yourself and say, like, what do I want? What can I do to make myself better? And what are the steps that I need to take to get there? Plan that out.
And it's also, I think, important that you touched on this earlier, is find some people you trust to talk out your ideas, so that when you find yourself in a position where you really want to get things going, you've vetted stuff enough so that you've got some different perspectives.
Absolutely. You said it perfectly. Having people looking from outside the box is super important to have when
Mhm.
you're starting a business. You need a team of people, even if it's just family or your closest friends, who have either been through this or just have the knowledge, and who aren't afraid to hurt your feelings and aren't afraid to call you out. I think that's important to have around you. You can't have yes people around you
No.
and you're great people around you all the
Right.
time. Like our mom, some of our family members, and business owners as well, who run businesses and are in the culinary world.
Over 20 years, they're successful.
Have been
We
there
trust
for
their
us.
opinion.
Yeah, have been there for us
Absolutely.
and really helped us develop
Mhm.
this,
Mhm.
So definitely have a team of people around you who can kind of give their input for sure.
Absolutely. Mhm.
Somebody, I won't say who, posted in the chat something about beautiful cookie jars on your website and when they will be available. And what will the holidays be like for your customer base?
So the cookie jars, it's a teaser. They're not on the website yet, so they're probably
coming.
referring to Instagram, but they are coming. We collabed with this amazing woman who makes the most beautiful ceramics.
Oh my
Her
God.
name is Lam. And
Amazing.
we decided it makes sense to slowly start adding merchandise to our brand. And what better way to start than with cookie jars? And they're gorgeous, and we can't wait to premiere them. That will
I
probably
know.
happen sometime within the next couple weeks.
Definitely.
And they're beautiful, so they will be available on the site right before the holidays start to roll in. So they'll make great gifts, and
Mhm.
they also will come with other little gifts that we won't say yet.
They may or may not come with a few cookies in them.
In the
Ooh, maybe, okay.
The cookies are coming in the cookie jar. But yeah, so we're excited to open up our brand even more and start
Yes.
entering into the merchandise world, which is another thing that
Mhm.
we are learning. So it's nice to also have people who know how to do this or
Uh-huh.
know marketing with merchandise to bring in on our team. So
And it's part of what we said when we said, as we're expanding, we realize we're becoming the brand, it's
Right.
going past just cookies.
right.
And it's
Mhm.
becoming all the things, So
Mhm.
yeah, it's really exciting to see these opportunities present themselves.
Absolutely.
It
We're
is exciting, and it sounds like the sky's the limit.
Mhm.
We're aiming for the moon. So
There you go. It's a pity that you girls have no energy. I mean, obviously, just sleepy, just impossible to get your point across. You guys are so awesome.
oh, thank you.
What you're doing is exactly what you want every entrepreneur to do.
Yeah.
They want to do their homework.
Mhm.
They
Homework.
do the research. They
Mhm.
listen to people who are skeptical,
Mhm.
and then they listen to people who are cheerleaders.
Mhm.
And they find their ground, find their niche, and run. And you guys have done exactly that.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
And okay, so I told myself I'm not gonna get emotional. But this is it means so much to us when we have just people. I feel like it's so weird to even say people now. I just feel like it's an extension of family
I
now.
know,
Like the people who have watched us grow
I know.
and they have seen us, and they can just give us these words of encouragement and just say that they're proud of us because we've grown up with these words. We've grown up with I love you. We've grown up with I'm proud of you.
And you
We've-
can do anything.
We've grown up with sky is the limit.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as just doing one thing.
No.
And if you fail, get back up. We've grown up with these words. They are what makes us who we are, which is why we've grown into fearless women, and which is why we won't. No is not no to us. No is
No.
maybe.
Mhm.
So let's work on that being a yes. We don't hear no. We're just okay, well, maybe it's just not for you, but we're gonna make it so we can give back to everybody who has just made us feel this way since we were little. So it's very rewarding, and just even being here right now is just
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Well,
We're
and
Stop talking.
it's in the chat, and it says the emotion shows how much you've nurtured your product and your passions. Customers love that. That's that authenticity we talked about.
Absolutely.
yeah, it's beautiful. So
Thank you.
thank you, everyone. And
We want to thank you girls so very, very much. We want to thank Bank 5 as always for sponsoring our small business series. You guys are remarkably inspirational. And
thank you
I
so
can't
much.
wait. I can't wait to meet you when you come back to visit New
Yes.
Bedford.
Oh, please.
Absolutely. We're gonna
But
send
you
you-
better bring cookies.
Absolutely.
We're gonna make them fresh for you.
Mhm.
So when we're in
Thank
New
you.
Bedford,
They're warm.
They're warm. That's how you're gonna get them.
And I play Santa around Christmas time,
Do you really? Wait,
and you got to leave cookies for Santa.
We got it.
This is making us so happy.
We
So,
got it.
Thank you
Santa
all
or
so
bad-
very, very much. What's that?
A good Santa or bad Santa?
I'm a good Santa.
Good.
I'm a good Santa. Mike, is there anything you wanted to add?
No, but I'm pretty sure Mom just told us who she was. It says from community services to everyone. Thank you, Chamber of Commerce, for welcoming my twins. Mom just came clean.
Hi, Mom. She's like,
Awesome.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
being here. And we
ladies.
hope everybody has a
Thank
great
you.
day. You have inspired us all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one. We'll talk soon.
We'll talk
Bye.
soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.